Hi there, I'm Scott Brown, a solo developer for the game Journey for the Crown, and this is my third devlog. In this devlog, I'll be discussing some of the NPC changes that I did. I also did some minor touch-ups to the city, like removing a few tables with food and stuff like that, just to simmer down on the amount of work I had to do in terms of adding NPC interactions. And this is just supposed to be a small town, so I was trying to eliminate a lot of extra work, because it's a lot of work putting all this stuff together. So I developed a script, and as you can see here on the right hand side, I'm just kind of going over all the different features with it. It's got an action-based system where I basically just add in a class of actions, and there's some little booleans in there and some variables that I set, and each one of those will get populated in the proper area that it'll perform. So I have night actions, combat actions, scared actions, and then just your default ones. Now each of these actions play a different part when they're assigned to an NPC. Some might be scared, some might go into combat, and I'm just going to illustrate here how that's all done. I'm going to drag in some zombies that I have close by, and as I run by this one NPC, he should cower on inside his house, and I'll just go check to make sure that it's working. And you can see he's got a little spot there that he goes and hides into. And while others might actually help me and fight, you can see here the smithy's chasing down that zombie, and he's got a hammer in his hand, and he's just gonna animate some attacks. He's not actually really doing anything, and I set it up that way on purpose, but I might change that at some point. Maybe I'll make them help, but I didn't want people to exploit it. Now I mentioned some day and night actions. This is an example here where I'm just going to change it to day, and you'll see the door open. Now some actions will play different parts. As you can see here, the woman's coming outside during the day and she sweeps, and at nighttime she'll go inside. And I also added in some preventions so that if you were just to sit inside and it changed from day to night, you wouldn't get stuck in there. But the second you leave that door, it's going to close, as long as there's no characters in your group still remaining inside there. Now, along with some of the other additions, I added merchant support to the dialogue system that pops up. So instead of just right-clicking, you're actually served possibly quests or just merchant options. So here you can see I'm going to click on a merchant and explore some of the wares. Unfortunately, I don't have a proper portrait for that one in there. It's just a placeholder, so ignore that. But you can see I can buy some items and also sell items there too. But through that same pipeline, you can access other things like quests. And here I'm just cashing in a quest where I said I killed a goblin boss in the mines to the north. And there's some dialogue being served here. And I got a quick update in my quest log, and I was rewarded some new items. And you can see here's the quest UI, where I can just see that I completed it. Now all this dialogue is being pumped in through XML Data. I really like the way that XML works. It's easy for me to copy and paste stuff and just plug in the information. I did have to do some interesting ways to display text and dialogue properly too. For instance, I had to somehow find your name, so I'd do certain little tricks to read strings and then display your name. And then I also had formalities like, how do I compensate for somebody who doesn't want to group with other players? Do I just use a simple description that avoids the usage of I or we and things like that? So then I came up with some ideas where I can kind of use these curly brackets and do a string replacement in the event that you have group members or you don't, and then replace the text appropriately. Now, in the same pipeline, I actually designed something where you could receive kill quests or find quests through NPCs. And these quests are easily accessed through the pipeline. So you can mix and match all the different types of rewards that you get within this dialogue system. Now each one of these little tiny choices in the dialogue system also possesses rewards that can be served through gold, experience, items, abilities, and a whole bunch of other things like reputation. So it was a very versatile design that I have here. I'm really happy with the way it's working. It does have some little quirkiness issues with it, but I can work through that sort of stuff. That's the nature of game design to me. Now this is all I have to show for you in this devlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe my video and let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions or just any improvements that you think I may be able to use in my game. I really appreciate the feedback, and it really goes a long way into making this game a lot better. Now, if you haven't already, please head on over to Steam and wishlist the game. I've noticed a small increase since I started doing these devlogs, so I gotta say thanks to you guys for doing that. It means a ton to me. Now that's it for this devlog. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, take care, and I'll hopefully see you soon.